Madison Bumgarner is going to be out for a couple months. You see this if you watch SportsCenter, if you watch FS1, you watch any news outlet that revolves around sports. You'll see there's usually 3 to 4 shocking injuries every year. And they're not shocking in the sense of, someone's going to get hurt, but it's always that big-time player that you're like, oh my gosh, he's going to be out for several months or most of the season or the entire season. And as a fan, I always feel for the other team. Like, I truly do. Like, when the Raiders lost their quarterback, I hate the Raiders. I truly hate them. If they went 0-16 every year, I would just laugh and I'd have a big smile on my face. Like, I would love life. But I also know as a fan, when you're finally good after so long, which I've been a Denver fan long enough to see them go, 2-14, although we're going to pass that subject up, to going to the Super Bowl. So, and if we had lost one of our key players, especially our quarterback or our best player, arguably, I'd be a little upset because then it just got taken from you. When you've got star pitchers on baseball teams, the Mets finally had some steam going, and then Matt Harvey goes and misses a year because of Tommy John surgery. That stuff truly sucks. So this year we have Madison Bumgarner. He's going to be out for a couple months. Might even miss more time than that. He might, depending on how the Giant season goes, because they're not off to a really hot start. He might miss the entire season. And I'm like, damn, that's rough. That's a guy who's got 3 World Series. He's been an intricate part in all 3 World Series. He was a World Series MVP. He's one of the greatest postseason runs ever. Not to mention that, just the fact in the regular season, the man's 100 wins, 70 losses, and under 3 ERA. He's the second best pitcher in that division. That's only because Clayton Kershaw's not a human. But then I kept reading a little ticker at the bottom, and I'm like, due to motorcycle accident, or dirt bike accident, I apologize. And I thought to myself, oh, someone's pissed. And it's not me. And it's not the fans. There's a reason why there's players who make millions of dollars. And there's so many rules and technicalities with these players outside of the sports they play in. Because there's these, in baseball's case, these 30 guys who owned the team who have to deal with the fact of, I've got millions upon millions upon millions of dollars invested in human beings, which, as someone who works with kids, human beings are not only unpredictable, they're usually pretty defiant to a good degree. Like, we just naturally are defiant. Even if you think you fall in line, you've got your, stick your middle finger to your boss mentality inside you. Like, I don't care who you are. Like, you have that. His boss, who pays him quite handsomely, had to get a call saying, hey, this guy you got to pay like $11 million this year? Well, he's not going to be there. Oh, what happened? He threw out his arm pitching? Nah, he got on a dirt bike, crashed, no one around. So the guy who I've invested all this money in, who I've invested all this time in, took himself out, and I've still got to pay, they got to pay medical, they got to insure him, all that jazz. Ben Roethlisberger did the same thing at the beginning of his career. And his owner did, the first time his contract came up again, put a clause in his contract saying, you're not allowed to ride motorcycles anymore. And so many people are like, oh, that's unfair. He's got a right to do it. He's a person. You can't put someone down like that. Then don't work for them. The fact is, if you want this particular job, there's 30 guys hiring for this level of play. If you do something that goes against one of these 30 guys, you just won't have a job. It's really that. Madison Bumgarner put season, because now the owner who's got to talk to is, because the owner gets heat for this too, is the owner's got to sit there for people who have season tickets, people who bought tickets to games that Bumgarner was scheduled to pitch. They're pissed. And they're going to bring it to the owner. And the owner's got to deal with this. And yes, You could say, oh, well, he's got guys who sit there and filter his emails. He's got to pay those guys too, and they got to filter through a whole lot of angry emails. Whether you are an employee at Walmart, you are an employee, you are a CEO at a company, you are a professional athlete, or hell, if you are a professional porn star, we'll throw them in the mix too. Hate to leave them out. There is someone whose rules you got to adhere to. There is someone who is writing your check, is making sure you have food on the family for your food on the table for your family. I'm a little tired, guys. So I'm normally always kind of sad for fans when they have that star player get injured. I have no sympathy for Madison Bumgarner. Sorry. I usually sympathize with the player that get hurt because most of the time players aren't trying to get hurt, and especially in baseball where you can throw at your arm any given pitch, normally feel kind of bad for them. I have no sympathy for Madison Bumgarner.